So the first bit when we're dealing with recruitment is your adverts. It's getting out there and attracting people to your business. This is your marketing. So there are many people much more expert on marketing than I am who can give you advice on marketing, and the advice on marketing is exactly the same on whether you're selling your products and services or your job roles. You are selling to people. We don't operate anymore in a market where people are queuing up outside the factory gates because they just need money to feed their families. The majority of people are in employment who are looking for new roles, or possibly not even looking for new roles, but something isn't right with what they've got at the moment, and therefore they might be tempted to change. Advertise, market when you're not looking for people. Be clear on what your brand is, what it stands for. If you've got a social media presence, don't worry if there's a lot of people following you who happen to work for your competition. They're your potential new employees. They want to see who you are, what you stand for, what you tell your clients, because all of that matters in terms of, do I want to come and work for you? The likes of Disney, Virgin, are well-known brands that people want to go and work for. They want to go and work for them because of what those brands stand for. Most people don't really know what it's like to be in an office at Disney, but they know that they like what the brand stands for and therefore they want to go and work for them. And there's a whole range of this, and it's not just for the big brands, right down to small local employers. People will be attracted. They'll want to go and work for an organisation because that organisation means something to them. So think about that in terms of your marketing. And it doesn't mean that you've got to layer on recruitment marketing and customer marketing. They do work hand in hand and they work together. And often your customers will want to see behind the scenes as well. So some of the sort of really interesting social media accounts from small businesses show what it's like to work there. They show the team having fun, enjoying themselves, perhaps doing something behind the scenes. All of these things feed in to your recruitment marketing, but also your customer marketing, and your customers like to see it as well. So with your marketing, think about it from that perspective. So when you're thinking about marketing your business, think about your employer brand as well as your customer brand, and the two should go hand in hand. It's going to be really unrealistic to have a completely different brand from your customers to your employees. I mean, if you look at the likes of Disney, which is about fun and making wishes come true and all of these things, you can't imagine that they've got like a really sort of stiff corporate grey suit employee culture, because that's not going to create the creativity and things that they need to put out their product. So the two things have got to match anyway. So that's your wider part of your marketing, and think about that. Get those people following you, because when those people are following you, when you've then got a job advert, you can put that out on your social media. Don't be afraid to put that out on your social media, because even your clients may well know somebody, be able to pass that on to somebody to recommend. The problem with limiting your job adverts to job boards is job boards will only be seen by the people who are on those job boards, the people who are looking for a job. And yeah, people who are looking for a job, you've got a job to offer, good match. Job boards, great, not knocking job boards at all, and I think you should be using them. But equally, you may have somebody who is in employment, they're happy where they are, things are working, but maybe your brand is the one brand that they will move for. Maybe there is a bit of an issue in this job, better the devil you know, I might as well stay here, I'm not really got the time or energy to look. It's a bit soul destroying sometimes looking for a new job. And then they see your advert come up, and then it's like, oh, actually, yeah, that looks interesting. And this bit then is where having the followers is important, but having the content of your advert right is also important. So we've set up our job descriptions and we've thought about, right, what do we need this person to do for us, for the company, for delivering our product, our service, our mission, whatever it is. And what are we looking for in this person? So what skills, experience, knowledge do we need in order to deliver the product? And that's about us as a company. So what then are we offering them? Because like I said, the majority of people are in employment. In the majority of industries right now, at the time I'm recording this, and it has been for a good few years, there is a shortage of people. There is more vacancies than people, which means you've got to attract people. You are fighting with your competitor down the road to get the same people. Not for all industries. There are a couple of industries where this is not the case so much, but for the majority of industries still right now, we are fighting for good people, which means that good person's got to apply for your role as opposed to the one down the road. Or if they do apply for the one down the road and they get offered yours as well, what's going to make them come to you? Why are they going to want to come to you? So in your advert, you need to think about, what are we offering for you? Just like when you're marketing to your customers don't come to you because you want to make a profit. They come to you because they need something you are offering. Think about that in terms of recruitment as well, that they are coming to you because they need something you're offering. And if somebody's already in a job, that's not money to put food on the table. And if they are coming to you just for an extra 50p an hour, just for that extra bit of money, then do bear in mind they'll go to the next place for the extra bit as well. And you'll always be competing. In the same way as if you're competing on price in terms of your product, it's going to be that race to the bottom. It's going to be the same race when it is to dealing with employees. So really think about that. On top of your job descriptions, what is it that we can offer you? Are we really focused on training? We'll give you lots of training and development opportunities. Have we got a great culture? This isn't just about saying, oh yeah, there's free pizza and a few bean bags in the office. It's about, what is it really like to work for us? What are we offering you? Where possible, look at what it is that people you are looking for. What are they wanting? So if you're in an industry where it's very heavily female dominated, you know that a lot of those people are therefore going to be mums and have that responsibility. Not all by any means, but a lot of you may want to look to how do we make our roles more attractive to mums and how they balance their life, because we can't exclude that. We can't think, well, it's okay, they could just be a mum over there and we'll employ them over here. The whole thing works together and matches together. So really think about that as well in terms of, what are you offering? How is it that you're going to attract people? And very often when people come to me and say, I can't find staff, I can't find anyone, they're not trying to sell their roles to people. They're not trying to make people want to come and work for them. Wanted, staff wanted, you see this sign in the window of places all the time. Who cares? I don't care that you need staff. I care that I want a job. I care that I want to be doing this thing with my life and a job will help me to do that. Whether that's within a job because I really like passionately what I do, or actually I need a job in order to pay for this thing that I actually really like doing in my life. Doesn't matter which way round it is. Different people will have different desires and they'll be looking for different things. But the crucial point is, what are you offering? What is going to make me come to you for a job? Because I really don't care that you need staff. It doesn't, like that. That's the reality of it. So think about that and think about that step up. When we're in a point where we've got massively high unemployment rates and people are just desperate, then staff wanted works. Like, people will queue up and they'll come because they're desperate for that. We're not in that at the moment, and actually that's never going to be the way to get the best people for your team either. So always think about this in terms of your recruitment, and then thinking about where your adverts go. And don't be afraid to use your normal social media channels. As I say, build up that audience who can then promote your job roles out to people, as well as using the job boards, LinkedIn, places like that. There's a whole variety of places that we can use. And of course your shop window is perfectly acceptable as well, particularly if you're a local business needing local people. Just think about what is it that you're putting in the shop windows, not staff wanted, but what is it that you're attracting people with. And then also thinking around that in terms of your sort of headline. So very often that headline will be kind of the job title. As we talked about in the job descriptions one, job titles don't always mean the same to everybody. And again, you can be competing with a lot of people in that, and particularly in the job boards. So think about your headline, stop in the scroll, exactly the same as you are for your customer marketing. How do you stop the scroll? How do you make somebody stop, look at your advert and go, oh yeah, I'm going to actually apply for that? Because bear in mind, they've got to put some effort in to apply as well. How am I going to make them put that effort in to apply? And at this stage, particularly if they don't know you, how much effort do you really want them to put in as well? Because you want to get them through the door. You want those leads in, those opportunities, and therefore you think about how much effort we're trying to get people to make. Again, when we're in really high unemployment and we've got hundreds of applicants for every job, we may want to weed people out simply by using effort. So by saying, well, look, I'm going to make it high effort to apply for this role because that's going to reduce the applicants and it's going to put me in a position where I've got less to sort through. But if we're not in a position of that, if we're not getting hundreds of applicants come through, then reducing the effort needed to get people through the door so that you can work out, are we a match and can we sell the role? So think about that when it comes to your adverts as well. Welcome to HR for non-HR managers. If you are a people manager, a business owner, or perhaps you work in HR and you're looking for a more practical application of employment law, then this course is absolutely for you. I'm going to take you through every step of the things you need to know to build up the foundations to be able to manage your team really effectively and keep your business safe. I've devised this course in a way that takes you through each of the foundational pieces as you need them and puts together the building blocks that you need. Look forward to seeing you throughout the course and good luck.